This month, Life Insurance Strategies Group is in Bridgetown, Barbados. We're working with one of our international clients. Now I want to take this opportunity to clear up a couple misimpressions of offshore life insurance companies. And we've seen a lot of domestic life insurance companies in the US kind of throwing shade on offshore companies. And there is a time and a place and a purpose to purchase a product from either of the companies. Now obviously a domestic company, as we talked about before, it's regulated mainly by the states for its non-variable products. So there we're looking at having 50 different regulators look at a life insurance company and having the life insurance carrier having to comply with all those 50 states. Maybe too much regulation. And then of course for variable products we have the federal regulatory environment, which is definitely called for due to the complexities in those variable products. Now when we move to offshore, we're talking about places like Barbados, Bermuda, Cayman, Puerto Rico, which is offshore. We've talked about that before. And exactly, what does that mean for the products being purchased there and the people buying them? Well, first of all, they are not admitted in any U.S. state. So the way those products can be sold to U.S. persons is very strict, meaning they can't be sold in the United States. And so you can't show any branded materials, branded illustrations, mention specifically the company or the product in the U.S. And of course, the ownership must be signed, or the application must be signed outside of the U.S. for those companies. Now, those companies are regulated. So here in Barbados, we have the Financial Services Commission. In Bermuda, we have the Bermuda Monetary Authority. And so these companies that set up there also have to meet capital requirements. They have to reserve as they build up business. And so they're just as well regulated as the carriers in the United States. Now, when would a U.S. person buy these offshore products? Well, you're going to find a lot of offshore products that are private placement oriented. And of course, you want to buy a private placement product from an offshore carrier when you want to have a choice of U.S. investments or non-U.S. investments, U.S. or non-U.S. managers and U.S. and non-U.S. custodians. You won't have those non-U.S. choices with domestic companies. There's also some other reasons to buy. But remember, offshore is not bad, and domestic's not bad either. There's a place and a time for both. Remember, at Life Insurance Strategies Group, we don't sell products. We help our institutional and individual high net worth clients solve complex problems about life insurance. If we can help you, reach out to us at lifeinsurancestrategiesgroup.com.